Welcome to America's oldest city and my hometown. It is my last day in St. Augustine. I'm so glad I woke up at 5 a.m. and came out here. I was really tired and my dog was very confused as to where I was going. I can't believe that I've lived here for so many years of my life, and I don't know if I've ever come out to see a sunrise. So it's very cathartic to come out here the morning that I'm moving to Europe and just enjoy the day, sit in silence and just contemplate all of the different things that have led to this moment. If you're thinking of moving abroad, it's really nice to go around your hometown and take pictures and videos and just like ordinary things like street signs, mailboxes, your favorite cafe, just to remember and have a few pieces of home, like things that you wouldn't normally take pictures of. I'm really fortunate to have grown up in one of the most beautiful cities in the United States that's almost 500 years old. So that lawn over there is where we came the first time we came to St. Augustine when I was probably 10 years old, and it was on my birthday, which is actually this month. So it's probably like 30 years ago or more that we came here for the first time. It was my first time here at the Castillo, and now I'm leaving. Time is weird. Sometimes I think it's kind of unfair that places can remain for so many hundreds and thousands of years and people don't. I didn't always live in St. Augustine, however. My love for travel started as far back as I can remember. I was born in a small town called Vero Beach, Florida, and my mom grew up in Miami, where my grandparents worked for Pan Am Airlines. My earliest memories were of looking at my parents' and grandparents' travel photos and asking them questions about the places they visited, planning where I would travel someday. In high school, I worked multiple jobs to save all of my money for traveling. I got to go to places like California, Mexico, and Puerto Rico for surfing. But the most transformative experience I had was at 17, when my grandmother bought me a trip to Italy as a graduation gift. This was my first time in Europe, and I just loved the energy and the atmosphere there, as well as the food, of course. You know, my grandmother's family came from Sicily, so I felt a strong connection to the country and always wanted to go back. Another step towards the lifestyle I have now as a remote online professional and expat / digital nomad / immigrant traveling the world is back when I was in college, when I received a Rotary Ambassadorial Scholarship to study Spanish in Costa Rica. Learning a second language and getting to live with a local family there completely changed my life and my goals for the future. It led me to change my major from studying medicine to international business, and then to study abroad for a second semester on Australia's Gold Coast. After graduating from college and grad school with my MBA, I went back abroad to live in Costa Rica and Nicaragua. I owned my own real estate company and ended up staying in that region for 8 years, helping people invest in properties around Central America, and this led to my love of helping other foreigners move abroad. I founded my relocation company, Orbis Relocation, in the summer of 2011. I started with helping people move to Costa Rica, Panama, and Canada, but soon expanded. Within 2 years, I left Costa Rica to travel the world as a digital nomad, visiting countries around the globe to stay there long term and learn how I could help people move there, from Hong Kong, Macau, and Thailand to Argentina, Peru, and Colombia, and throughout Europe and Eastern Europe. By the time the pandemic hit in 2020, I had visited 65 countries and helped over 1,000 people move to 37 of them. Since then, I've spent most of my time in Miami in the United States, managing the relocations of hundreds of my clients alongside members of our growing Traveling with Kristin team. But I always knew that one day I would live abroad again, and that time is now. I confirmed that I could qualify for citizenship by descent in both Romania and Hungary because my grandfather was born there and held dual citizenship. But I still needed to learn the language first. And while I see myself living in the Netherlands long term, I decided to go to Romania to immerse myself in the culture and start learning the language there. So that's where I'm headed after this. I loved woodpeckers. I grew up in Vero Beach, and then when I was 13, I moved here. But I would always hear them in the morning outside my house, and I knew it was time to wake up. But that was always like fun to see them.